Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a while, but welcome to episode 52 of the Commix Show. And those that are listening to the podcast, thanks for being patient. Just had a lot of busy stuff to do. I was gone for weeks. But we're back and we're not going to abandon you. There's a lot to talk about today. So that's the plus side of it. I'm your host, Technique. I'm here for the Commix Show, and I'm here with my co-host, Matt, aka Night Hot Plays. What's going on? How you doing, man?
Good afternoon, Technique. Doing well, doing well. Nice, beautiful, sunny weekend here, at least on Long Island. I don't know by you, but things are going well. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, technology. Yeah, you and I are looking at the same thing. How you doing, man? I saw you just playing some Marvel Snap and really getting into it.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game. It's very solid. Marvel did a kick-ass job with the game. There's really no exploitive cash shop at all. I'm kind of sad that there is
Oh
that the
man.
no, I'm just joking. No, I just expected the cash shop to have a lot of interesting things in it, but it doesn't. Apparently there's only like a $10 battle pass after they give you the free battle pass, which is like 20 levels of free, and then it goes into the $10 one, which you probably want, but that's not where you really get like good stuff from. A lot of good stuff is from in-game playing a game. You have like this daily and weekly log that you want to fill up
Okay.
to give you some really nice stuff that can give you cards and boosters and stuff like that. But it's not complicated game at all. It looks complicated when you're just watching it, but if they do a really good job with the tutorial, and it's free to play on mobile and Steam. So I mean, you can play it on
On
your
Steam,
Steam
nice.
Deck, you can play it on Steam, you can play it on your mobile phone, you can sign into the same account all over the place. Um, so yeah, hopefully they put it on Switch too. I mean, I think this game belongs on all platforms, honestly.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks easy enough and simple enough to get on there, but it also looks like a lot of fun. I was watching you for
mhm.
a little bit, obviously, before we came on, and I was like, oh, that's I'm really not into those games, but it looked very interesting, not just for that type of genre, but also for superhero as well, Marvel as
Mhm,
well.
mhm. Yeah. Yep, it's great. It's great. But other than that, yeah, haven't been up to much. Just been doing the stream thing and working a lot and haven't had a break yet. So probably gonna be taking off some days to do some stuff. Anyway, how about yourself?
Doing well. I saw you. Yeah, I mean, I saw you had some fun at TwitchCon. You were all over the place with the
Mm.
purple carpet, I guess.
Yeah, it was a purple card.
StockX and everything, which was awesome to see. And I mean, on my end, just grinding away some video games. Been really enjoying Overwatch 2, which recently just came out. I didn't have an opportunity to play Gotham Knights on Friday just because of the time difference to when the PC came out, because I did not want to play that on console. But we'll be getting back to that on Monday. And yeah, doing my Pokemon thing with cards. That's coming around really soon. The next Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet. We're less than a month now, actually.
Yep.
So, and we're right in the thick of video game releases, which is fun. I mean, we've been waiting forever, right, for
Mhm,
these games to come out, and we just got Gotham Knights.
mhm,
Modern Warfare 2 is pre-released right now. We got Thor, excuse me, God of War Ragnarok soon, and
mhm,
then less than also a month, right? Like 20 something days away now from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
mhm.
So we're real, as you said, we're in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, November through probably like February 2023 is gonna be pretty stacked with things. But yeah, somebody asked the first time here was about the show. So first time podcast listeners, if you're just downloading the podcast, YouTube or anywhere that we're shown, this is a show about pretty much everything surrounding the world of comics. So we don't just cover like Marvel and DC. Granted, we talk about them the most because they're in the news the most, but we do cover manga. We do cover like Maywa, just like anything that's got a comic format or has anything to do with comics or inspiration from comics. Basically, the goal of this show is to get people interested in the world of comics, because a lot of people just hear comics and they think, oh, that's nerd stuff, or oh, those are books. It's pretty much taken over almost every media there is. I mean, it's in video games, it's in reading, of course, it's in toys, it's in movies, animations, you name it. So it's all over the place. But let's get right into it. So starting off, DC's been in the news a lot lately. Some good, some bad. Some no, excuse me, a lot bad, some good. It's been a
A lot
very
bad, some somewhat bad.
yeah, it's been a very rocky road for DC. It just seems like they can't come up with an idea for how to recover. To us, it seems very simple, but for some reason, they just keep making the same mistakes. It's like they have a point to prove, and the point is not going to win in the end. So DC celebrate on a high note. DC celebrates Black History Month with Cyborg, Green Lantern, Batwing, and more. The Star announced as a part of DC's solicitations for January 2023. An upcoming book will be an oversized anthology one-shot revolving around DC Universe's Black heroes, starring in stories created by Black writers and artists. Yay, yay, yay. And those are all 3 wins right there. Heroes featured on Janoy Lindsay's cover for the issues, including Black Man. I wish I was a character. Batman, Jace Fox, Green Lantern's John Stewart, which is my favorite Green Lantern, not just because of the color of his skin. He's just the better one of all of them, written well.
Yes.
Joe Mullion, Aquaman is Jackson Hyde, Nubia, which is very much being put into media lately. I mean, Nubia is very popular right now. A lot of the Wonder Woman stylized art and book covers and pretty much everything that I've seen has been Nubia. Kid Flash, Wally West, of course. Black Lightning, which has been kind of starting to pop up everywhere as well. Jefferson Pierce had some success with the show and stuff. President Superman, Calvin Ellis. And we also have like what's his face? Good Lord, my brain.
Not Kal-El, it's something else. Oh, Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is also doing some Superman stuff. Vixen with Mary McCabe, and Cyborg, of course, Victor Stone. Hopefully they bring him back and treat him right. But DC doesn't do that. DC rather have criminals. Anyway, other characters mentioned in the title solicitation includes Batwing, Luke Fox, is the son of the famous Fox, Lucius Fox, and the Amazing Man. So this could be a great book, and I can't wait for that book to drop because we already know what's going to happen. It's not going to be a celebratory thing. It's going to be something where people are going to make Twitter posts about why is there a white book about White History Month, and it's going to happen. I mean, but ignore it. There's a plus and a negative side to this. The plus side to this is, yay, they're finally doing it. They're finally celebrating not only characters, but characters that were created and written by, African American or brown or Black American, what do you want to say? Authors, writers, and celebration of that. But they don't have a history of treating Black actors, writers, or authors that well. So
there is a history. Yep.
Interesting. I mean, it's never too late to try to turn it around, but like right now is a very interesting time to be trying to do such a thing where they're kind of like, it almost feels like a sweeping the dust under the carpet. But I want to have good intentions about it. Yay, it's going to happen. It's going to get a lot of negative feedback from both parties, both of all races, because some people are going to be like, why haven't they done a Latina thing and Asian thing? And like, how it goes. It's just like you can't live in a world where something happens without people feeling FOMO. And FOMO is a big killer of a lot of things. But anyway, what do you think? Matt, should they or chat or listeners, do you think they should do this like between all Heritage Month? I mean, I think Indigenous should have a big thing going on because they never get love. So it's a little thing with that. What do you think?
So just to clarify, what do you like / want? You like having Black History Month, but you also want Indigenous. You want like a month per culture / race, or you want one encompassing?
I want a celebration of all year round.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like a lot of most of the superheroes are known as cis white men. We just finally start getting into some women, but of course the majority are of white stature or Caucasian stature. And I rather it be like, okay, this is great. You come out with this in Black History Month, yay for that. But let's kind of like spread it out. Let's celebrate these months. It's like these comic book companies are sitting on this. If it's a month thing, we'll do it. Like LGBTQA. Remember they did this recently. Marvel did this in celebration of both, all preferences, and made a book about it. And I'm just like, okay, but are you celebrating this? And I think Marvel is doing a better job of doing that because some of the animations and some of the the movies do have those specific preference relations in it, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with a Young Avengers scene that's heavy in Young Avengers. Starting with Ironheart, Riri Williams, she plays she has her own preference there. So I'm really want to see what they do with that. But anyway, that's how I feel about it. But I think indigenous people in general,
Yeah.
they need the most love next year across the board because when I was on a panel, the creators were sad that even Twitch doesn't have
Really?
Indigenous Heritage Month. No,
Oh, interesting.
and they've been here first. Like
Yeah, no, you're
their land.
you're right.
So I mean, so I don't know. It's
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, we're going to be in 2023 soon, right? And there's still things as a society we're missing, and that is, the love for everything slash everyone. So
mm,
when it comes to indigenous, when it comes to all these other races, I mean, we have a month dedicated to so many different charitable like breast cancer and things like that, right? But we
mm,
don't have it for everything when it comes to us as human beings, as
mm,
races, where we come from. So I'm in agreement with you on that. I think that's needed. As far as the comic book scene goes,
mm,
you have DC doing this for 1 month, right?
mm,
And it looks good. Like I just looked up the variant artwork right now, and it's from oh my god, what's his Alexis Franklin, and it is
mhm.
really really nice art. Um, but why does it have to be a one shot? Right? Like,
Yeah,
why can't you take it and make it like a year-long
yeah.
celebration, right?
12
And
books,
then
like 12
every
different. Yeah,
yeah, or it's one storyline,
mm.
12 different chapters, and then that next, next year in 2023, that's when the next, a volume of it starts or something like
I
that.
think
So
that's
it's
what
the
they're going to
celebration of
do.
bringing it next.
I think that's what they're going to do, but I'm still not happy with it because now we're still
Mhm.
falling on the monthly quota of it's Black History Month. Let's make sure we get let's herd all the the Black writers and, and authors together and make sure we do a book. Like and we got to make sure we keep our people happy. So it's just kind of like if they did it. I mean, I kind of agree with what you were saying. You weren't saying this, but hinting to it at the same time is like if they did a story for all 12 months, that great. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you release a comic book once a month anyway, in most cases. So why not go ahead and stretch that out? Or even better, if they want to show inclusivity and stuff like that, then why don't DC just make a new Justice League or some team that has everybody in it and make that a standpoint in what they fight for in injustice? Like I don't know. They have every
Yeah.
nationality hero there is, so I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. But anyway, I mean, you can't please everyone. I mean, even if they did that, people would be like, "Oh, we can't have our own. Now we got to share." Like, no, it's just like all this stuff that people are going to be like, finding loopholes in ways, but at least they're doing it. I'll just put it down to at least they're acknowledging it. I just think there's better ways to do it. But you know what? Kudos on them. I'm pretty sure it's going to have high production value, high quality. But again, I can't help but think like this is just a good way to make money off of Black people. I just,
Ugh.
I
Yeah.
just can't help to think
There's
that
always you're always gonna look at it. I mean, not always. You're not always gonna look at it, but you can't get away from thinking that at
yeah.
this point, just because of what's aspired over the X amount of years, right? So
See, the best thing they could have done is
business.
this,
It's always a money play. Ugh.
and this is free for you, DC. Okay, you don't have to pay me for this. You should have came out with that book now, and then on Black History Month, discount that book, and all proceeds go toward Black charities.
Oh yeah,
Would have been good.
yeah.
So you good at stealing shit, so steal that. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
um, I'm just kidding. Oh, that was a joke. No,
I
Ursa
love
Miller is
it.
good at stealing shit. I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna stop. Let me stop. All right, you might have to edit this. You don't have to. Uh, moving on. Moving on. All right, let's go.
Everything is awesome.
Oh man, I'm just so upset that they keep entertaining that. Blah. You can take the next one. Go for
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you're sticking with the
I haven't seen it.
DC theme here.
Yeah.
One bright side we'll go with that's happening over in DC is yesterday on the 21st, Black Adam officially released to the world, and
Mm,
it's getting praised, as I air quote, praised by the audiences, but the critics are, dare I say, destroying it. There is a clear difference in opinion when you look at Rotten Tomato score between the audience score and the critic score. And that's actually been a conversation, really, not just with DC and that, but also in video games as well. What's going on with Gotham Knights? I mean, me and you have definitely been critics about what we've seen. Then you start seeing it yesterday, and you see what the critics wrote about. It's like, so what did we miss here? Including myself looking at it. I haven't played it yet. I've seen a little bit of gameplay. I've also seen a little bit reviews, and I was like, oh wow, this is interesting. I really want to get my hands on it and see how I feel. Which, side note, you never played Gotham Knight?
Nope.
Okay. I mean, Arkham Knight, excuse me.
No, I have not played Arkham Knight. Nope.
Okay.
I played the first two games, and I think Arkham Knight is the last one in the series, right? I think it's like the last one they did, like
Yes.
2015 or something like that. I feel like I touched it, but I didn't play it. I feel like I like plugged it in. Not plugged it in. I like started it, and I was kind of like looking at it. I was like, man, I'll play this later. Because like I think that day when it came out, everybody was playing it, and I was just like a fresh partner back then or something. And I was just like, I'm just gonna stay away from this. My MMOs, So I don't even think I touched it, honestly. No, you know what? I didn't, because I had to buy it. I didn't. Now that I think about it, it's $20, by the way, on Steam. One of the DC's wins. Everyone and their mom like freaks out when I say, I haven't played Arkham. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. So
I mean, for Black Adam right now, it's 41% critic, 89% audience. I mean, that's a big difference.
Yeah, well, let's be real. Everyone loves Dwayne Johnson. So
True.
audience is already going to be very biased towards him, including myself. I will watch. I will probably watch it and be like, it ain't bad. It's been worse. It's a Rock movie. It's gonna make him look like a god, and then look everybody else look like It's just like it's always like that. Every movie, ever since Scorpion King, is the same thing.
I mean,
King too. Let's not talk about that. But anyway,
when you go to see a Rock movie, you know what you're gonna get out of it. I mean, you look at the rundown. You look at Scorpion King. You look at this. What was that, Skyscraper? I think it was San Andreas. I mean, it's all the same thing.
The Rescuer or whatever that thing was called.
Yeah. What was it? What was the one with
the
oh my god?
And, that was actually pretty decent though. I actually enjoyed that.
With Cowbell guy.
Hell to Pay.
Yeah. So it's an interesting piece. But with that, one good thing coming out of this is it seems like he is changing the ways, presumably, at DC. There is, we won't go into it though. Obviously, there's spoilers out there that he's spoiling himself. But this past week, it seems like a lot of things have been changing at DC with certain people leaving. There's already things that are signed, sealed, and delivered with new movies coming out and other things written and characters being written out. One that we've brought up here in the past many, many times. Ezra Miller is presumably 100% out, and the new script for Flash 2. Yeah, so
is he? They said that before, and then they brought him back, and then he's about to serve 26
years
in jail. But they're like, let's do some reshoots beforehand. If this movie does well, we'll just release the second one. What the? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think I know.
Okay,
$7.
Yeah,
put a lot of money into DC, and he's part owner.
You think that $7 is now part owner of DC or Warner Brothers or something like that?
Yeah, I think he's in partnership with Warner Brothers, but probably owns a big portion of DCU. This man is rich, okay? And for him to be
I mean, it makes sense. They're cash grab. Everything you read about Warner Brothers Discovery right now is that they have no money. How do you do a merger that are billions of dollars and you have no money?
I'm telling you, man, I think Rock invested in it. That's why it's been written in the pudding. And we'll get into it more later. But I'm just gonna say this, just because it has something to do with Black Adam. Since DC the heck was it called? Dome. Anyway, the online the online thing they did, he was the big reveal, but we already knew. Like, it was a big reveal. He spoiled everything, and he's everywhere he goes, even his football place. He owns a whole football league, all right?
Yeah, the XFL for the third time.
Like, it's all about Black Adam. Like, man, it's the writings in the pudding, and I'm okay with this. If anybody can drive a sell, is Dwayne Johnson. I'll watch it. I don't know if I'm going to the theater to watch it. I think it's going to be at home type thing. I'm getting some new furniture on the first. It's a nice little recliner set. It's beautiful. I'm gonna sit back with that. Got my little cup holders and stuff. Hitting my 40s next year. So I got the old 40s chair ready.
Really,
Daddy's
you're gonna
chair.
be? God, okay.
Yeah, man. Be 39 next month. Got the little daddy's chair. I'll sit back and watch me some Black Adam. And they got the Shazam and all that stuff coming out so too. And so yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Premonition. Before we go on, like if you've seen Black Adam, tell us what you think. Send us comments, put it on Twitter. Let us know what you think. We'll probably go into more detail later about Black Adam. I just think that I think it's okay. I think it'll be money well spent. The Rock puts on entertainment. It's an entertaining movie from what I've heard. Just don't
Yeah,
look Marvel quality.
Yeah, does it deserve a 40? Probably not. Does it deserve a 100? Definitely not. So it's going to be somewhere in between. Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to be able to watch it at home in your comfy recliner. Probably, what is it? End of October, end of November, probably the beginning of December. Definitely before Christmas, they're going to have that out for you to watch.
Yeah. All right, Premonition. I done told you guys. Like I told you, I don't know. I have a superpower. I said this since day one we did this podcast. I just know this shit's gonna happen. It's gonna come down. I don't have an inside, and hands are up, Marvel. I don't have an inside. But remember we talked about Mephisto, and people were like, I don't think so, man. I'm like, look, Marvel. Like, well, I told you guys, the rule of thumb is Marvel always does something with a purpose. Like even if it's shown for a split second in the background on a Saturday night, if the moon's hitting the right equinox and you see a shine on it, it's gonna be in the story. So Mephisto is cast. It's cast. So there's rumors. Is it Sacha or Sasha? What's going on here? Anyway, Cohen, I think his last name is has been,
Borat. Just that's what I go with.
Borat. It's Borat. He's already looking like he's getting kind of ripped. Honestly, he's got a little neck on him. So anyway, he's been tipped for the role. Excuse me. What's going on here? Okay. Yes. Okay. I want to make sure. Mephisto and Ironheart. Okay. The series, they haven't turned that into a movie yet, so it's still stuck in the series. Marvel's going through this weird thing where they move in like some series into movies based on how much content they have to deliver, and vice versa. Or if something looks better as a movie, it can make them more capital, then they'll probably throw it into a movie instead of being a series, which makes sense, and it's okay as long as this thing is not out anymore. Yeah, fandom was what it is. Anyway, so yes, Mephisto. What do you think about that, man?
It's an interesting choice. At this point, I'm not going to second guess anything that Marvel does when it comes to castings. They've been, dare I say, spot on with just about every piece of casting they've done. Maybe give or take 1%. So, and you brought it up. When you brought it up a couple of weeks ago, I was like, what? But then I thought about it, and I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense if you think about the character Mephisto and how he could play into this world. The one thing that I am trying to wrap my head around is Ironheart. Like that's the one thing that I may be missing that I don't get from the comic books. Where would Mephisto fit into that world and that story? As far as the potential casting, we've seen range from him, whether it's been really corny, whether it's been a driver, amongst other things that he's done. He will probably nail this and hit it out of the park. But am I missing something from the comic books when it comes to Mephisto and Ironheart?
Yeah, so Ironheart has street level weird stuff happen. She has some paranormal street level stuff happen in the comics before. I think like our first mission, there was like somebody summoning dinosaurs from a different plane or something like that. Like it was some weird stuff going on. Yeah, she was going against like some pretty interesting, like probably out of her league villains, and Rescue had to be there. Pepper Potts. So it's not too far fetched. Also, Ironheart is so new to Marvel. Granted, she's not new. I use new with air quotes because they leaned into her and then leaned out of her because people were really upset how they were writing her. And then they got a better writer, and then they started paying attention to her again. And she's just gonna blow up from there, just like Miss Marvel. So it's not too far fetched, man. Also, we have to understand that Ironheart is a big driver for Young Avengers. So this could be Mephisto could be leading into a Young Avengers story arc. I believe they're going to separate those and then bring them together, because how do you beat a gigantic Infinity War threat? You combine multiple villains and have multiple teams take on said villains. I mean, the it's kind of being blueprinted right now, right? We got like 3 teams being formed right now. We got Young Avengers, regular Avengers, what's the team?
Midnight Suns,
Yeah, Midnight Suns, and there's someone else.
West Coast Avengers.
Okay, that's enough, and there's someone else.
Let's just keep
6
adding.
teams right now.
Fantastic Four is technically a team. The
well,
X-Men's
that's 6,
fantastically a
7.
team. It's
X-Men is
10 maybe.
7, 7 would be X-Men. 8 would be Yelena's team.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. Oh, excuse me. And we have Deadpool's team. So yeah, 10 teams. So yeah, there's 10 teams being formed right now, and they're going in all which directions. I think X-Men are going to be their own thing, and probably when Secret Wars happen, we're going to see a little bit of crossover. But I think what they're building right now is an umbrella for multiple franchises so they can make money from all angles. I don't think we're going to see everybody in something, but X-Men versus Avengers is a thing, and it's a big thing. Wouldn't be surprised, to see that. And Miss Marvel had a big role in that, and so did Deadpool and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, Inhumans, good lord, it's another team. But I think Inhumans and Midnight Suns will kind of be like in the same ballpark when it comes to that. And especially that job.
So you're thinking that, and it's actually, I never thought of it this way. It makes sense. So we've been in the MCU now for well over a decade, and it's been everyone just meshing, combining together. Civil War was supposed to be a Captain America movie, but it had everyone in it, right? That's what it's been so far. It's been, the X amount of characters that lived under one roof, and we led to one thing. So now you're thinking it's going to be like, each division is going to have its own story and its own arc. And like, for instance, you have the Avengers, whatever that lineup's going to look like. You won't necessarily see the X-Men pop in or the Fantastic Four pop in, because that's going to be under the muted umbrella. Let's say everyone knows about each other, but you're not going to see like the back and forth that we've seen.
Maybe councils and stuff like that are happening, and
Illuminati.
Communications. Yeah, Illuminati. That's another team. The communications going back and forth. So that could be a thing. Young Avengers is definitely a thing. They literally got,
yeah, they got everybody.
I mean, especially with She-Hulk. I mean, I was just like, well, all right, check it off. Like just checking it all off, and also West Coast Adventures and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little wild, man. There's a lot we can go into details. We'll go into detail. Maybe we'll take a show to break down the teams. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
Maybe each month we'll take a show and break down each team and see what their power levels are like, and then like how they're looking and like what kind of omega threats that they're gonna have. The only thing that scares me is that they're gonna do the one-off villain thing. Don't bring in Dr. Doom and want him off, bro. I swear to goodness, they will screw the pooch one more time, because Fantastic Four is on his last X, man. I mean, they did everything they could. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, I mean, we kind of know where we're leading, right? And we know we're getting up to the Kang Wars, Avengers Dynasty, whatever that
Kang Dynasty,
Kang Dynasty. And then they just, which you said, and I think we kind of all guessed, they officially moved that to May 1st, Avengers 6, right? Secret Wars. So we kind of know where we're going with that, right? Oh my God, what was I going to say? You brought up something and I just completely lost track of what I wanted to say.
Fantastic Four?
Well, there was a piece with that I just read that I want to get your reaction on.
Doom or not wanting off?
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, we just came off. Did you see Thor? Well, I can't say that without listening. Did you see Thor?
No, I have not yet.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it would be stupid if Dr. Doom, if oh my God, Kang, MODOK, like these people that we're hearing about, if they're going to be one-offs, at some point, you're going to have to restart the whole MCU then, because you're not going to have enough big villains to go against. But speaking of Fantastic Four, and I'd love to see what chat's going to say about this, there's a rumor going around now that obviously we've all heard about casting going under the way with Fantastic Four, right? That Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, he's potentially up for either, they've heard 2 roles, Mr. Fantastic or Dr. Doom. Thoughts, reactions, comments, concerns?
I think he'd be a better Dr. Doom than Mr. Fantastic, hands down, just because he already has that recognition of being able to play a very confused character. Because Dr. Doom isn't 100% evil. He can be portrayed in many ways. He's a freaking genius. And I
True,
think
true.
our Kylo Ren, aka Adam Driver, he can metamorphose himself. I mean, he's been ripped and he's been skinny. He's been in weird roles with crying and sipping soup. I mean, it's he can do it. I think Adam Driver is definitely a person to lean into. He's a fan favorite. Everyone loves him. He's a good
Yep.
looking person. He can he already can speak under a mask. I, I think. I mean, it may seem
True,
silly,
true.
but these are things that the casting goes like they think about. I mean, not everyone can sound good under a mask. It's all about how you speak and have training with that. So yeah, I think he can be good with that.
Yeah, when I think of him, it actually is kind of funny. It reminds me a little bit about Christian Bale because how he can completely change his role in whatever it is, whether it's gaining weight, losing weight, everything in between. Not saying that he's as good as an actor or vice versa, but there's the metamorphosis that he can do to portray a character. And I'm gonna be a little disappointed if we don't get Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic after seeing Doctor Doom, him with not Doctor Doom, excuse me, Doctor Strange. But
Mm-mm.
at the same time, I still trust them. If it's not him, I'm fully on board with whoever
Yeah.
they do.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, also rumor is, and I did this again. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back,
Yeah.
and Chris Evans. So I called both of those. All I say is this, man. Money talks. You got to ask yourself, what does Robert Downey Jr. have going for himself right now besides his farm, man? Like nothing. Like
Yeah.
he's directing and stuff, and that's great, but it ain't bringing in that MCU money. I mean, you can be rich, but you can be richer. Also, I think he misses it, man. I mean, he's probably not going to play a major role, and it's probably going to be like a one-off, honestly. Or maybe he will come back and introduce himself to Riri Williams as they did in the comics. Maybe I doubt that. I think it's more a Secret Wars type thing.
Yeah.
Um, also, do I need to mention that Wanda and Agatha can bring people back? So
Oh
especially
yeah.
Scarlet Witch. So I mean, there's so many possibilities. I honestly think they're going to take Scarlet Witch. Granted, Elizabeth Olsen has been afraid of her future MCU because she hasn't heard anything.
Oh
But if
yeah.
they
She
do
said
bring her
that.
back, House of M is on the table, baby. Like full fledged, full
Oof.
go. And I think they would win heavily if they. I say what you want. I think there's nobody that can play Scarlet Witch better than her.
Oh
I think
no.
she murders it. Like I think she does amazing. Also, Cumberbatch is very very invested in Marvel, and he wants to
Yeah.
write and direct because he felt like Doctor Strange could have been better, and he said that if they would have followed his direction on some things, he felt like it could have been better.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's out here talking it.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
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 I agree with
I
that. I
agree.
agree. It was a good movie, but there's definitely things that it could have
There was
changed.
a
And
lot. There
yeah,
was a lot. That could have been a series. I honestly think they would have hit home run if it was actually a Disney Plus series. There's just so much. There was too much to unwrap in 3 hours. Like way
have
too much.
we outside of Hawkeye, have we had a series? No, we had WandaVision. That kind of started it. Never mind. I was like, what like have we had the triple A actor as a Disney Plus series? But I forgot about
Everyone.
WandaVision there for a
Yeah,
second. And obviously Loki with Tom Hiddleston. And
yeah.
well, I just for some reason I think of Benedict Cumberbatch and I think of a series on Disney Plus, and I'm like, I don't see it. But then
I
again,
mean,
that's
they did it
stupid of
with
me because of everything else
Winter.
that they've done.
I mean, not
And
Winter
Winter Soldier,
Soldier. Captain America.
yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
he's
Yeah,
done it before. I
Sherlock.
mean,
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes and everything
Just
like that.
put
Yeah,
in
he
Robert
does
Downey
it.
Jr. and like every yeah, I mean TV is big. It's I mean it probably doesn't bring in the money like movies do. And they brought in a lot with Doctor Strange. People expected a lot out of that. I just think for fan service, a series would have been better. They
Yeah.
can plot out a lot of things. But Marvel is in a bag right now where they have a lot under their umbrella and that they're canceling and pushing shows back, and I'm here for it because at the end of the day, I'd rather it be good than rush it out. It's worked for them in
Yep.
the past. Nobody's gonna cry about it, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, next topic.
That
Go for it.
yeah, that's actually a great point, by the way, Lal. The beauty is that Ben knows how to do a series. Yeah, he's been on a bunch of series, and one of
Yeah.
my favorites was what is it, Sherlock Holmes. An hour and a half long episode. It was fantastic, amongst everything else he's done too. So that's that's a very valid point. As far as next topic goes, sticking with potential castings, not even potential, it's official. We have how do I put this? All puns aside, we have Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, Han Solo coming in as another angry old man. We'll go with portraying an angry old man as Thunderbolt Ross. Obviously, we lost William Hurt earlier this year. And we've all kind of had the ideas, where are we going to get Red Hulk from? Where are we going to get Thunderbolt Ross? I mean, we know we're building up the Thunderbolts. Where and how is this going to happen? And earlier or last week, I think it was, we got the official rumor put to the side, and now it's real. Harrison Ford is officially in the MCU as Thunderbolt Ross, which blows my mind because I honestly didn't think he would come and do another big.
Bro, he made a big scene about wanting to be in the MCU. Did you not
really
see that?
when? Because I remember him the whole Han Solo thing. I remember that whole thing and him wanting to kind of pass the reins / Indiana Jones, like kind of get out of there because it's too late. Where did I miss that?
Yeah, there was a tweet about it, man. Like he was like ranting and raving. He was like, I would love to be in the MCU. And it was right after that, it was GG. Like I was just like, man, imagine being like an actor that can literally just say you want to be in something and instantly get it.
True.
That's like a Denzel Washington type shit. Like, if Denzel Washington was like, I want to be in the MCU. Everybody's like, agents, please, like let's make him anybody at this point. Yeah, man, it's wild, dude. Yeah, he's a fan. He's a fan. I dig it. I mean, it's you can't go wrong with him. The dude can play an old man.
Yeah, he can.
Like that. I think it's good. I think it's a good to go. I mean, and for those that don't know, and cover your ears, this might be a trigger warning. I just want to make sure. Hurt died after a battle with cancer in 2022. Cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. And speaks how important Ross must be to the future, and then chose to recast him rather than letting Julia Dreyfus contest. Good Lord, her name. Good Lord, man. Anyways, step into the role. That's a long name. Anyway, step into the role. And that's understandable, and a lot of people did question Black Panther because of that.
I feel like this is such a big difference, though.
Yeah, it's very different. Not saying no shame on her, but Chadwick Boseman was not only a very iconic person, he had a lot to do with a lot of things. But on top of that, he was a very iconic character it's one of those characters where you're like, there's somebody else that can play T'Challa. Granted, and just to go even further than that, Ryan Coogler, they had a completely different script for the second Black Panther, like completely different. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was going into the ideal of T'Challa and what he was dealing with mentally, which they led to us, like in the first one when he was struggling with the decisions that his father and his grandfather made on the people of Wakanda. And it was dealing with that psyche, and on top of that, it's dealing with self-doubt, being beat, multiple times, and asking himself, am I really doing the right thing? Granted, we don't know if Killmonger is actually gone. But anyway, Marvel likes to push it in one direction, but if they don't show it, the rule of thumb is if they don't show the body, deep in dirt, then it ain't dead, so it's very interesting plot twist when they come with that. But there's a rumor, and I'm not going to say that rumor because I think it's big spoilers, so I'm not saying Jack Diddley Squizot, but there is a rumor that I'll put it to you like this: you may see Killmonger at some point.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not even, this is speculation. We've all seen the past couple of trailers and TV, and we've seen what that new Black Panther outfit looks like. There is a lot of inspiration. I mean, unless they completely duped us like they did in Infinity Wars, where they had the trailer with the big ass Hulk in it, and it wasn't Hulk. It was, in the movie, it was Bruce Banner in the Hulk armor instead of him. Unless they're completely duping us.
Different. No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that with this.
Too much pushing. It's no secret. That's theory. The marketing is literally pushing it. She's literally in an ad like this, in the Black Panther that's behind her. I mean, the outfit fits her body style. There was a time we were thinking that it was what's her name? Lupita. We thought it was Lupita at a point, but she has a bigger role coming up later, so it wouldn't make sense for her to be Black Panther. It makes sense for the Dora Milaje movie, one of the two that's coming out. Oh, was that public knowledge? Anyway,
Yeah, no,
okay,
that was on that was on the slate. Yes, Frank.
sure. I don't want to be pinged again. But yeah, so yeah, I think she has a bigger role in that, and so does I forgot her name. God dang it, I'm really bad with these names.
Okay, no.
Well,
Oh my gosh,
the actress that plays her, But anyway, yeah, they have a bigger role that's coming up. That's going to start their own like thing that happens once. Was supposed to happen after the original script of Black Panther 2, when T'Challa goes kind of like not, I don't want to say crazy. He just kind of has conflict and he leaves. And people are just like, so you're gonna go do Avenger stuff, then take care of your own people? Oh, okay. Like that type of stuff was about to happen. And vice versa. So
you're talking about Okoye.
Yeah, Okoye, of course,
Yeah.
but the actress in the background.
Oh yeah, Diani Guerre. I'm not gonna pronounce her name right, so I'm not even gonna attempt that.
All right, let's but anyway, like I said, we'll unwrap more of that when the time comes. Definitely, like if there's anything that you feel like you can't miss, don't miss Black Panther. Like, I feel like I already have my tickets.
They went on sale last week.
Last month they went on
really
sale. Yeah, I got them.
What is time?
Seats dead middle in the theater for me, my wife, and my mom and my dad. So yeah, it definitely went on sale. I remember the moment, literally the second they went on sale, I woke up. Like, this is kind of crazy. I'll tell you this and we'll move on. I woke up, had no alarm set, nothing. Okay. When I woke up, I saw the notice, clicked the button. There was no seats taken. It was like, congratulations, you're the first person to buy this theater. I was like, what? Fandango? It was weird. It was so weird. And it's my birthday month, so maybe there's something in there. Maybe I'll get lucky.
When are you going? Are you going on that Thursday? Or are you going Friday?
Thursday, but
you're going like the first actual showings. Gotcha.
Yeah, but they're not doing midnight showings. Thursday all day, man. Like,
did they finish? Did they stop that? Like, I feel like the big thing was like Wednesday 7 p.m. or like midnight, but now it's like Thursday starting at.
It used to be Thursday night because the movie releases on Friday. You know what I'm saying?
I've gone and seen movies, big budgets. What was it, Wednesday night at midnight going into? I guess it's still a Thursday release then because it's Wednesday. It's Thursday midnight. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's all day. It's all day Thursday. Yeah,
it depends on location. Yeah.
For where I'm from, it was always a Friday release, but you get to see it like early on Thursday. You might get like an 8 o'clock show and it goes into the midnight or whatever. But yeah, I'll be there mad early. I'm really excited about it. Ready to be emotional and ready to watch it 3 times. I watched the original Black Panther 4 times, so it's gonna be great. Every time was a different experience. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna talk about our last topic, and that's Warner Brothers. We're gonna kind of like combine these together into like a Q&A and a so if you have anything that you want to throw in, and we'll go from there. So it might have been this month. Time doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I think I knew it was before I left for TwitchCon, so it might have been the last week of September or beginning or the first day of October. I don't know, but I got them tickets.
You got them tickets. You know where you're gonna be, and you're good to go.
Let's talk about Warner Brothers changes. There ain't nothing here, but I can pretty much go off of this myself because good Lord, they've been in the news. I know we talk about it a lot, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Warner Brothers have made some interesting decisions. Let's talk about the crap decisions and let's talk about the good decisions. Number 1, head honcho is out of there, bro. Get out.
Yep.
Like, get out.
Hope to never see you again, Walter.
Yeah, moving on to other things to ruin, apparently. So, like, let's get out of here, man. Like, at the end of the day, man, when people try to tell you over and over again what you're doing wrong and you're not listening to everyone, then you're probably the problem. I mean, like, so he's exit stage left. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bald head and a chair swivels around and just like people's eye. And it's Dwayne Johnson just over WB.
Oh my God.
God, it wouldn't be too far fetched. But anyway, who would you like seeing at the table? Kevin Feige. You can't have him. But anyway, Warner Brothers. Yeah.
I mean, that was the big thing. You hit the nail on the head there. I mean, as of earlier this week, Walter Hamada, essentially the guy that the head honcho that was backing Jeff Johns during the whole,
Yep.
you know, criticism, scandals, you know, racial things that he was going on with Justice League. He did not back down. Oh my God, let me make sure I get this right. Everything that went on with Cyborg, Justice League, and Ray Fisher last year, he was the guy kind of blocking and pushing everything back from it. Obviously, everything that we're talking about is not good stuff. Speaking of Arkham Knight, every issue that was with that one, he completely messed up, and that's why there were so many issues with it. That guy is officially gone, and the guy that was blocking Superman, I mean, for me, Superman coming out after Man of Steel, he was the one blocking it all. So now it's officially the time for change because that son of a is finally gone, and hopefully it's going to be for the better. So
yeah, it's a damn shame. It's kind of like the Harry Potter thing all over again, man. Except she's still there, but you know, it's like Harry Potter's WB.
Yeah, Harry Potter is Warner Brothers, and
are we doing a line right now? I wonder, and you know, interesting. Anyway, that's another day. But yeah, so. He's out. You know, the whole Urza Miller thing, which everyone is just kind of question mark, like, why is this still a thing? Like, we solved this problem, you know. And I'll bring it up and I'll say it again for those that hate it. Don't care. You know, the world shunned Will Smith for a slap, which is bad. I'm not saying it's good, but those guys has handled it and apologized, and they're still shunning him. Cut him out of TV. Cut him out of movies. Like, I think the latest thing he did was Discovery Channel shit. Thank God that was already a done deal. And then, you know, he went off to do something else. But Urza Miller sitting here slapping people, cussing them out, stealing stuff, and doing all kinds of had the federal charges and about to see jail time in 26 years, Colts, and all grooming children, bro. I mean, what else can you do? But he still had a chance to make money off of movies. And that head honcho is backing him all the way, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it. How much bad can you do? It's like, the media sells off of negativity. And you know what? That movie probably would have sold because people, for some reason, love negative shit, you know, at the end of the day. But anyway.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, Paul. I wouldn't be surprised that his departure is what nuked the Flash, because as soon as he left, you got the news that they officially have a script for Flash 2 done, and it's not including Ezra Miller's Flash.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes perfect sense. I mean, everything bad to like races and it was all under Walter Hamada. As soon as he left, it's changed. It's that old. So what I want to look for, it's the old guard in Hollywood needs to go, and this is a perfect example of it.
God, I wish I would remember the actor and actresses, but there was an actress, a black actress, who's been in the game for a very long time, and there was a guy, and Loggo, you'll probably know this story, told her a long time ago before she won an Emmy. She just recently won an Emmy. You know, it's few and far between that black women win anything in that category, just because how unfortunately Hollywood is, and Hollywood was, and Hollywood currently is. I forgot her name. Yeah, forgive me on this, but the guy who she was working with is a very well-known. His face is in my head.
Was it Robert De Niro or Al Pacino? Wasn't it one of those guys? I think I know the story. I think I know the story you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it's Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Robert De Niro. And he told her, he said, you know what? This is what the industry needs, is you. This old Hollywood shit, they're still here. Keep fighting. You won't get what you need today or tomorrow or down the road, but you will be honored because you're a great. Yeah, Shirley Ralph. Thank you. I knew Loggo was my.
There you go.
Yeah. And this woman is incredible. Incredible. And he told her this when she was at her lowest of her lows. Okay. And told her, and here she is, you know, she got her Emmy and all, and she thanked him and recounted that and told that, like, to everybody. Like, she said, all this credit goes to this man, this white man told me exactly how white Hollywood is and how it treats us. And then she won. So I think, like, it's just so amazing to see how old Hollywood is and how it could change, but unfortunately, it takes too much to change it. And that's just, you know, I mean, my goodness, like what else could an actor do to, like, prove to people that there's some corruption going on in the head office? You know,
because I think we should get this right, because I knew exactly what you're talking about, and I was even like, wow, that's So this is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro and
Yeah.
her, Cheryl Lee Ralph were on set and they were having a discussion. And De Niro told Cheryl, "You're great. You're like really DGA, damn great actress, but Hollywood's not looking for you. They're not looking for the black girl. So you better wave that red flag and let them know you're here because you deserve to be seen." God damn.
So good. And 30 years ago, man, saying something like that could actually like do something to your career, but it's Robert De Niro, and it's coming from him. Like,
yeah,
he was
Goat.
peak, man. He's still there, but you know what I'm saying? He was peak back then. And 30 years ago, man. Goodness great. It doesn't see the number 30 seems low ball. But 30 years ago, bro, I was 8 years old.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just something to think about. Like the way Hollywood has changed and not changed in 30 years.
Wild. Sad. Man. It's upsetting. It's
God damn. 1992. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Now that I think about that, man. Gee whiz. That's just so long ago. But it's so powerful to hear that, because when people notice, especially back then, when people notice talent and look past all this stupid crap that people make these idiotic rules, and sees that it's not what sells in the moment, it's what preps the industry then to the present and future, and then all the other iconic stuff that comes to follow. You have people like Zendaya, who's changing young, talented, changing the platforms, man. I mean, just Euphoria is just something that was a project that they wanted to test for a season, ended up being so big, for her. And just seeing Cheryl just up there just winning. Wait, Zendaya won an Emmy too.
yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right. Yep.
Both at the same time. Yeah, the same show. Wow, it's wild to me how much has changed. Because in this show, I mean, like I said, guys, race is a part of our everyday culture. Seeing black women win is a glorious thing, man. I'm just gonna say it right now, because if you look at the percentages across the board, and you guys can do your homework and look at percentages, and we can discuss. It's small, bro. It's tiny. Seeing how much, how, and the percentage large is how many black people lose. I mean, black women lose versus winning. And this is also going between black men and black women too. I mean, the margin is huge. So it's just very interesting to me to see this. But anyway, going on to Warner Brothers, I want Warner Brothers to win. They have too much.
Right. You're right. They have everything that we want as fans.
Yeah.
And hopefully October, the week of October 21st, 2022 is when all that change starts, because this past year for them, man, it's been ugly. The past 2 years for them has been really ugly.
Gross, man.
And that's not even just, and I'm not talking about like movies and numbers, just
everything
with sexism, racism, like everything. Not just he's literally struck out or hit a home run. I don't know, because of everything he's done.
It's a tree with decaying like roots, but at the end of the good news is that it can always turn around.
Yep.
And like I said, we all want every entertainment industry. We want them to win, especially if they're deserving of it. And it's going to take Warner Brothers some time to lick their wounds and come back, but they need to be humble about it and start on small projects. I mean, I would love to consult to them and say, hey man, AKA Static Shock is a huge character right now. You can win on this. You just need to slow down and work on what you already have and not try to be the next Marvel. Be the only DCEU. Like that's my advice. Just like Marvel being the only Marvel. Like you just gotta own where you are. And before we end this, their biggest thing, Batman, is spend a little bit of time on Gotham Knights and what's happening here. I mean, WB Gaming is been really pushing their gaming atmosphere as of late, this year, especially with announcing their creator program, which is awkward. It's gonna say that. Their influencer marketing.
They're not part of it, right? Which
No,
is
they hate me.
that's
I don't know why.
yeah, that
Why
makes no sense.
WB? What did I do to you? But anyway, or WB Gaming, not motion pictures. But yeah, man. They got a lot of things under their umbrella. They got Hogwarts, multiverses, and Gotham Knights now. Hogwarts that's gonna be that's gonna be a hurt. That's gonna be a hurt. But they own so many Cartoon Network. Literally, man, if you go to like what characters do WB own, you'd be blown away by how many they own. Yeah, Monolith is working on Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's supposed to be very story driven. So
yeah. I like Monolith Studios. I mean, look at Shadow of Mordor, and like all those games were fantastic from the Lord of the Rings series. And oh my god, and obviously Suicide Squad fills the Justice League next year from Rocksteady. They should have started with that, not this.
If it's coming out right now, like with Gotham Knights. I'm not going to talk super. I'll just say this: everyone was super critical about Avengers.
Yes,
but Avengers is a better game. A better game. It was a better game from start to finish because though the multiplayer experience wasn't what people thought if they were going to get, that story was great. The single player campaign was fantastic. But Avengers came a long way, and people still put them under a hot plate. But the game is good. If you play it, you'll enjoy it. It's not an MMO. It's not made for you to sit there and like make it your life. But it's a good game for sit down with friends and just go around. But Gotham, that's a whole different story, brother. Like
that. When I think of Avengers, when I first thought of it, I was gonna have fun with the single player campaign, which I thought was fantastic. 100% thought it was fantastic. The single player campaign. When I thought of multiplayer, everybody was saying, not them, but everybody was saying, and I think this is where the issue is also with Gotham Knights, amongst other things, Destiny. And that is not Destiny, the multiplayer. No. I remember everyone calling it Destiny, how it's going to be raids, you're going to have dungeons, you're going to have to like get all this gear. Really? Yeah, 100%. I could probably even find the articles.
Like, they didn't write that.
No. Yeah, they didn't write that. Everyone was saying, this is going, yeah. Critics and fans and everything like that. Not Crystal Dynamics, not them. Yeah.
Stuff going. I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to say any names because you guys know I keep it real. There are some really big creators out there who has very, very specific things to say about every game that comes out. But Gotham, what they wrote was, this game is great. I love seeing it run great on my PC. Now we know. And there was a hashtag sponsor. Yes. Now we know that ain't true.
Yeah, I mean, you want perfect example. IGN gives everything, even when it sucks, like 8 out of 10s. They gave Gotham Knights a 5.
A 5 or they changed it? It was a 4 at first.
That's wild. That's wild for me to think of because they love those teams over there at Warner Brothers. And yeah, I mean, I have a distinct idea and I had the distinct pleasure of working with them on something that never came from fruition that you can find on the internet. So I'm already a little bit biased towards that compared to this, but I'm going to play it next week and see how it is for myself firsthand, because it's a game I have to play. It's a game I have to play, but this game, that's sad and scary what you just said about that.
Yeah. Apparently they pay big money to sponsors this time around, but whatever. It is what it is. It's one of those games where you want to be good so dang bad, but it is very mediocre, repetitive, and probably makes you want to play Arkham. I haven't played it yet, and I want to play Arkham. So it's like one of those drivers, and it makes you appreciate the hard work that went into Avengers. So I'm not a hater. I'm just saying I really hope that they pick up the ball. Like they can always fix things with a patch or DLC. The movement is lacking. The combat is lacking. The story is pretty not bad for what I've seen. The story's not bad. The character design is not bad. The world feels like they took a template straight out of Spider-Man. I'm gonna stop. But anyway, definitely look at it. Look at the city and stuff, and tell me what you think.
I see that. I see that.
It looks like it, man. I can side-by-side comparisons kind of there. But anyway, other than that, I really hope the game does well. It's a great concept. You're knocking on a door of fantasies that people have for a very long time. So hopefully they fix it. Anyway, unfortunately, that's all we have time for. It was a fast show. Holy crap, what a great show.
Yeah, wow.
Lots of comments, lots of things to go off of. If you have if you have anything to say, comments, concerns, or anything else, news that you want us to talk about on future shows, please hit us up. There's so much more to talk about. So, but you have to wait until 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. So not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, we'll be doing another comics show.
November 5th, I believe.
Yeah, November 5th. Yeah. So with that, Matt, you got anything else to say before we go?
No, I think that's you hit the nail on the head. Whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter following us, whether you're on TikTok here, obviously live, we tried to catch as many comments and questions in the comment sections live, and obviously afterwards to talk about next week as well. So obviously please keep them coming. You see how Frank and I we always segment off into other things when we're talking about one thing, very easily. So whatever you have questions on, whether subjects, topics, and I really, really like that idea, Frank, actually going through like a team once a month or something like that. I really like that idea.
Yeah,
but,
so go for it.
Yeah, no, outside of that, obviously from me to you and to everyone out there, have a great rest of your week. Don't overdose on overdose. It's a horrible word. Don't eat too much candy. Don't eat too much candy for Halloween. Going with that one. Sorry. But enjoy yourselves on Halloween and enjoy a week of gaming. I'm Nighthawk Plays, Twitter, Twitch, pretty much everywhere. And Frank, obviously.
Yeah. So what he was talking about, we're gonna be taking it starting next Saturday. We'll take each team that is gonna be introduced to the Marvel universe and try to match it with what is already in comics and like see their power levels and like discuss each character and see what we like and what we don't like about what can potentially happen. Maybe not what we don't like, because I don't think that's the thing, but and see what could potentially happen in the MCU. But anyway, my name is Technique or Frank. You can catch me on twitch.tv/Technique. That's Technique. Spell it the same as Technique, but you take off the U and the E and just leave the Q. Technique TV at a T and a V for Twitter. I will be playing Arkham on my channel soon. I'm gonna start it up. I've been playing Marvel Snap. It's kind of hard pulling myself off that, man. It's like an IV in my arm that I just can't quit that drip. But it's really, really fun. Other than that, yeah, catch us on all social media platforms everywhere. You name it, TikTok, YouTube, and all. Just like I said. And yeah, I think that is it. So thank you very, 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 very much. Go watch Constantine. Wait, what?
Didn't Chainsaw something just come out? Yeah,
Chainsaw Man is out. Oh, for Halloween. Also, if you're a Gundam fan, Witch of Mercury, that shit is baller. Okay, definitely go watch that. If you want good animation and a great story and like see Gundams like you've never seen before, go watch it.
Other than that, guys,
have a great night. Sweet dreams wherever you are, however you are, and we'll see you later. And don't forget to leave those comments. And that's it. Thank you for joining us on The Mix with Comics, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.